How's it going there, everybody? It's Mr. Zen over here bringing you guys another Nanbaka episode discussion. And for today's segment, guys, we are going to be talking about episode 4 of Nanbaka. And this episode actually finally went into an actual series of actual sequence of events that actually made sense throughout the whole entire anime itself. As you know, the previous anime episodes, they have all been just full of action, full of comedy. But this particular episode had more of an actual story versus the other episodes were just standalone episodes. As in this episode 4, we are finally gonna go to an episode that actually continues on to another episode. Yes, folks, because we are actually getting a tournament saga, folks. Yes, folks, we are getting a tournament arc in Nanbaka, and it's hilarious the fact that even the characters broke off the fourth wall right there, as even Jugo stated that, I thought we signed up for a comedy, not an action anime. Like, I personally died of laughter because I'm like thinking like, man, that's kind of true. Like, when did this become so serious after just such a short while of many, like, after watching many of these episodes, you're wondering like, how did this become into this situation? It's just hilarious, but I'm loving the fact that the way that they're doing is they're like, let's celebrate the new year by doing a tournament and put our inmates in it. And I'm here wondering like, that's pretty cool because it's the perfect time for us viewers as well. And it is the new year. It is 2017. Granted though, this episode did come out in 2016, but that's probably due to the fact that maybe many people, by the time this anime came out, maybe people are going to be watching it when it started getting more popular during this time of the month. But like I said, it depends on how many people are watching this series. But like for me, I personally think that it's just hilarious how it's all very coincidental when I'm watching this anime, and it's just that funny to me, guys. Honestly, I'm just laughing every time the action sequences is going on in this episode. But I digress. So let's continue on with the anime itself, guys. And in this anime episode, we literally see, in the first part, it's going to be a Japanese calligraphy contest. And it's so hilarious because all the characters look up to Jugo and look at him and say like, oh, you must be Japanese ancestry, so you obviously must know how to do Japanese calligraphy. And of course, Jugo goes in there with a graceful style and tries his best, but fails. He honestly fails, and I start freaking dying after. I don't know if you viewers were dying of laughter as well, because that was just hilarious, because we all were hoping that Jugo can actually have his time to shine, but apparently, like Rock, Uno, and the other inmates have said, guessing that his only natural ability is to literally just be able to escape. That's his only trick up his sleeve. Everything else is just, that's it. He can't do anything else. It's just hilarious from that right there. But then they move on, because then it's so funny because then you see Hajime and I believe it was Yamato. These two characters, my god, like they actually were licensed Japanese calligraphy teachers, and you're here wondering like, wait a minute, these guys have these stern, cold demeanors, but yet they're so at peace with each other. But like, it kind of makes sense at the same time, but it's just hilarious that how they represent each other. And yet here comes Momoko again with her cringy attitude at her love interest with Hajime, and she's wondering like, oh, I wish Hajime wrote my name. That part in the scene was kind of hilarious. I gotta admit, it was pretty hilarious, but at the same time it's like, oof, Momoko, just talk to him. Just talk to this character, you know. It's cringy enough already when you speak. Because I'm assuming that they changed the voice acting for Momoko to change the demeanor because of the fact that, you know, they're trying to make it seem like she has like a little high school crush on Hajime itself, or like it's like a little childish crush. It's hilarious how they're kind of going with Momoko with Hajime, and I'm just wondering if they're ever gonna go with that route, if Hajime is gonna ever like her back. It's kind of funny seeing if it's going to be like that, or they're just going to keep a business-to-business relationship with each other. But moving on, guys, because that's it for part 1. And then it moves on to another part, and it moves on to round 2, where we have Mochi pounding. Yes, folks, this part right here, it starts getting hilarious because we got to see Rock in action. Yes, folks, Rock was actually doing his best in this actual part, as he was actually fighting. And literally right there that he fights off against this other character, I believe his name was Ling. And in the Mochi pounding section, basically what they had to do, Rock had to make sure he had to defend Yamato while he was doing the Mochi pounding upstairs. But Rock was getting interfered with Ling, as apparently we learn more of the past of Rock himself, as he was actually an inmate who used to be this rowdy character who would just fight for no apparent reason. But you know, of course, once he moved to cell block 13, right there, of course, he had a change of heart, and he had a fun demeanor, because apparently in the Nanbaka prison, they actually were able to accommodate him, give him so much better food, friends. It just seems like he has a better lifestyle there. It seems like he probably might have hated this cell block that when he was with Ling. And it's hilarious because Ling is looking at him as like a very competitive person. He's looking at him like a role model, as you could kind of say, for the fact that, you know, I have to beat this character. But then Rock is just a carefree dude. Like, it's just that hilarious how the anime sequence is going. Honestly, I'm loving how they were going. And even Yamato himself broke out of character, as when he was doing the mochi pounding. And by the way, guys, if you guys don't know what mochi pounding is, it's basically it's like a Japanese technique where they pound I believe it's like rice cakes or some sort, and it makes like a pretty good like a food, makes like a food or dessert of some sort. But I'm assuming they just didn't really want to explain that, because apparently it was just for the sake of comedy effect and just to keep the story plot going. But the mochi pounding seems interesting, and personally I would love to go see actually, or try the mochi cakes themselves. I would love to try that. It seems interesting. But moving on, guys, like I said, Yamato was hilarious because he even did his punch of justice against the other contestant, and that was pretty intense right there. Not gonna lie to you guys, seeing these characters break out of character every now and then is just hilarious. But it's also due to the fact that we don't get to see these characters do as much, but then, you know, do the same gags over and over. Because Yamato, remember, his gags are always him working out, and him is just always getting lost. But no, finally seeing him in a more of a serious tone was actually a change of tone for us viewers. But moving on, guys, the last but not least important aspect of the anime episode itself, for episode 4, was competitive Karuta gameplay. It's intense right there, guys, because this is where they last left off, and actually continues on to the next episode, because we have Uno versus, I believe, Honey and Twa. And Uno, of course, you know, he's known to actually, you know, he cheats at card games, and he's, you know, very proficient in card games. He's very smart, but it seems that he's actually having a hard time with with Honey and Twa, because these two characters they're so graceful, you know, it's speaking about their gracefulness, guys, I'm not gonna lie to you. My god, the way these two characters were actually showcased, they looked like as if they were metrosexuals or just male models, Eichmanns, you could kind of say right there. And the way they kind of present themselves like in a flashy manner, but yet they outdid Uno, because of course, you know, he's supposed to be a male model as well, or in an Eichmann-esque as well as. But the way that Uno was justified in that particular scene when they introduced him, Uno was just outshouted right there. He was just showered with their gloriness, you could say. And it's funny at the same time for us viewers, because, you know, usually with Uno, he's usually seen as the male model. He's always the one doing the poses, but it's funny to see him change out of character. Like I said, we're seeing a lot of the characters get out of character in this episode, but in the more positive manner. And like I said, it's actually captivating us viewers and keeping us in the mystery as to, ooh, what's going to happen in this challenge. Ooh, is Uno going to lose? Is Uno going to win? Like I said, it's keeping us viewers very entertained till the very end. And honestly, the one that really made me laugh, guys, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, the one that made me laugh in this episode, my god, was freaking Seitaro. Seitaro was against Kiji. It was another, I could say, like a prison warden from another block, but Kiji was literally mocking Seitaro, saying, oh, Seitaro can't do anything, he's always a goofball. But no, Seitaro actually won this person in a heartbeat, just like that. You're here wondering, what the heck, Seitaro? You were always the laughing stock of the whole entire town, and now apparently he's actually the biggest brains, because he has a very good memory. And the competitive Karuta game, if you guys aren't familiar, is basically kind of like, it's kind of like playing solitaire almost, and it's basically the first person who can take out the opponent's cards in a similar manner. But the way that they kind of did it with Seitaro is they didn't even freaking let Kiji at least get a card. He literally was just shocked at the fact that whenever the judges would start singing the poems for the competitive Karuta, Seitaro would literally just go on and grab the card, like as if he already memorized 100 poems out of the game itself. Now that particular part was intense right there, guys. I'm not gonna lie to you. That literally changed my mind for Seitaro, as I was literally rooting for Seitaro every time he was facing off against Kiji. And honestly, it kind of made viewers think about, like, Seitaro, you know, I wonder what else he can do in the later anime episode itself. Like I said, it's keeping us viewers entertained till the very end. But let me know down in the comments below, guys, as to what were you guys' thoughts on the anime episode itself. Did you guys enjoy episode 4? Or did you guys thought it was just very cliche? Or did you guys actually think that this episode was very entertaining due to the fact that, you know, we're getting a tournament arc, and even the tournament arc itself is more of a cliche on shonen genre aspects? Because there's a turn arc, it just spans for like a majority of many episodes, which kind of implied why Jugo stated that like he, in that specific line of when he was breaking the fourth wall, that he didn't really sign up for this. He signed up for comedy because, like I said, when they do tournament arcs, it spans on for the rest of the episodes. But like I said, guys, let me know down in the comments below as to what are you guys' thoughts on this tournament arc itself. Did you guys enjoy it? What was your favorite part? Personally, for me, was the Mochi pounding itself. That particular scene was actually hilarious. But like I said, guys, let me know down in the comments. And if you guys enjoy my content, give a like, comment, share, and subscribe for more Nanbaka episode discussions. And check out my playlist as I also discuss other anime as well. And as always, guys, have a wonderful day. But this is Mr. Zen, signing out.